And good morning. I'm your friend Scotty Ray, and welcome to the show. As Odie is here, I think everybody, well, most everybody, found something red to wear today.
Yeah, we got the whole crew, or at least in the family of the I said red.
Let's take a look and see what color do you call that?
That's fuchsia.
That's red.
That's fuchsia. See, I would
don't
call
own
that
a red
purple.
shirt.
That's purple, isn't it?
Yeah, I would think
Okay,
so.
we'll say it's red since you didn't know.
Violet.
Violet.
Oh, look at there. Look at somebody stacking up with some color names.
Man, you bought flowers before, hadn't you?
Oh, yeah, a time or two. Used to have them on speed dial, like when I was young enough to mess up.
Part of that payment plan or something.
I'm in the jailhouse.
That's right. I'm sorry.
The things
They've been bad already this morning, guys. It's going to be rough.
the things you do as a young man and you could accidentally just do stupid things that you don't know that are stupid.
You can get accused of stuff you didn't do, too.
Oh boy, yeah. I could give you a laundry list.
Most of the time, it's bad acquaintances. Friends get you in more trouble for stuff you didn't have nothing
never
to do
you.
with.
I-
That's right. Innocent, guilty by association.
I understand.
And I may have told this story before, but let me retell it here. Of as innocent as they come. I forget who I was involved in this, but I was getting a new job one time, and as a gag gift, departing, I was given a big old pair of drawers. Maybe they were little. Okay, they were little. Let me take that back. And it was given as a gag gift, and I threw it in my truck. I didn't think anything about it.
Wrong answer.
That was,
Oh, and I was the Borden milkman.
There's a lot of jokes about the mailman, too.
During the day, I delivered
deliver
milk.
milk?
I did. And at night, I worked on the radio. And I was, remember the pricing guns?
Yeah.
I was needing a part for the pricing gun. I said, Angie, would you go get that out of my truck?
Oh, boy.
She can come back with a pricing gun.
Or the parts for one either.
Oh, that was bad. And do you know how hard that is to explain if this isn't what it looks like?
I feel like the small ones were easier to explain than the big ones would have been.
It just don't matter at that point.
It did.
It's over, Bubba.
It was bad. And so, but I've always accidentally stumbled into things. I can remember being at the Temple Theater. We had been married like 2 years, and this very nice little lady come up, hugged my neck, and somehow or another, right there, got lipstick.
Yeah, somehow. No.
Did I know it? Of course not.
No.
And I went home, and it didn't go over as well as I thought it would.
Well, at least you never won the lottery before.
But men sometimes have to buy flowers and go, I'm sorry. And there's nothing you can really do about that.
No.
Greg, your turn. Oh, Greg's not going to talk.
I'm going to take the plead the fifth on that one.
But things do happen in life that somebody walks in. It's like politicians. Boy, don't you feel for them, because their life is always a picture, and somebody shows up at the wrong time, and there you are.
And usually you were just trying to help somebody out of a bad situation.
Right.
Because, we're all taught to try to help.
I was just giving her a
Damsel
ride.
in distress.
She was broke down on the side of the
Damsel in
road.
distress, whatever,
Damsel in distress.
Damsel in distress. It does happen, though. So work it all out there. Don't be mad at anybody. They sell flowers all over the place. Get yourself out of a crack.
What's your favorite there, Julia?
I really want to stay out of this conversation.
Well, tell me this.
But flowers don't really do it for me. I don't know.
But think back now, as you're married now and you dated it once, what was the worst thing that you walked in that looked like it was something it really wasn't? Have you ever called a man?
Misconstrued situation.
There you go. That's what it's called. She's thinking hard over there.
I don't know.
Come on, he's
I don't
bound to
know. I'm
call
not good
Tyler
at
and
this
made him look
subject.
bad at some point.
I know, but he does it so often. I'm just trying to figure out which
bless his
one.
heart.
Well, come on, Tyler.
I mean,
Things do accidentally happen in life.
That's right.
Accidentally.
There you go. As we get ready for today is 7:05, already into the morning. Don't forget we've got the big ribbon cutting ceremony that's going to take place. It begins at 11. I think the actual scissors break ground at 12 noon. We'll be out at Parish Tractor for that big event. Big building if you haven't seen that.
Ooh, that thing is huge.
If I'm not mistaken, Michael Watson will be in town for that event. I'm 99% sure, or 98, we'll go with that he'll be there at the event. They're going to have some prizes to give away. Tonight, we've got Julia here to tell you about here just a little while of the events that will take place in downtown Meridian. And then, as we mentioned, also tomorrow, a big day in Newton. Well, they're going to let their hair down in Newton tomorrow.
Man, I tell you what, that Loose Caboose is a huge draw every year. The car show that goes along with it, you've got Todd Tillman's going to be singing. It's just a big day there in Newton, the Loose Caboose Festival.
All right, let's test your knowledge if anybody in the room knows this.
Already?
We found out that O.J. Simpson passed away yesterday. It was cancer. I did not realize that O.J. had gotten sick.
He's the last one I kept up with anyway.
Right. I think there's a lot of Americans that felt that way. But as we all remember watching that chase in 1994.
35 mile an hour with every police.
Oh, the John Elway chase.
The Bronco.
Yes.
Yeah,
That was it.
Yeah.
He's laying in the back seat.
The Bronco. Do y'all know
Yeah.
where the Bronco is?
Yeah.
Where is it?
Oh, where is it?
Yeah.
No, but that was something that in a group message when we were discussing it yesterday, they were saying, wonder where the Bronco is. Are you
I
about
know
to
where
tell
it
me?
is. I done the and I somehow knew this and didn't remember until I read the article. But it was sold a couple times. It's still in mint condition. I think what they done when they bought it, they drained the gas out and the oil out so whatever wouldn't happen to it. It's sitting in a museum in Pigeon Forge at like a gangster museum of cars.
Really?
Yeah. So if you're in Pigeon Forge, you can go by and visit it.
I don't want to even go look at it.
I thought I had a
Me
picture
either.
of it.
About what year was that? Like
94.
early 90s? Yeah, okay.
I believe it was a 94
Because I
model.
remember it's like the world stopped. It was on every TV station. I mean, you know.
That was one of those that really started this TV cruise, getting in a helicopter and
Right.
chasing every car chase.
Right.
My neighbor has a Bronco just like that.
Wait a minute, that's not true because I watched Anchorman. It was he started that when they were starting that new network.
Was
and
he
had
with,
to come-
was he with Les Nessman and Herb when they dropped the turkey?
That's right.
I'm sorry.
That's what it amounted to.
God is my witness. I thought they could fly.
As we look back, here's Daily Mail, and who remembers this scene right there?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
the way it looked.
That's a wide-angle lens, and they still couldn't get all the cops in the picture.
No, it went on and on and on.
And I didn't understand because, I mean, I've always been a car guy. And I mean, all he had to do is wait. He's going to have to stop and get gas. If you've ever owned one of those Broncos, it ain't going very far.
No, it got like, what, 9?
Yeah, on a good day, depending on if it's 351 or 302. But
Yeah.
when you were stopping to get gas.
Who couldn't forget that? But and the only other one that I think really looks cool, if you ever watched Longmire, that's what he drove, the same identical vehicle. So
All right.
now Broncos, they're making a comeback.
You're talking about
Y'all-
stimulating the economy back then. OPEC loved them.
Yes, they did. One on every corner, backed up to a gas station.
That's right.
Can't miss it there. But that's the big news today. And y'all know, as with anything, is when someone passes like this that was such a high profile, there's going to be. Everything was kind of calm yesterday. They didn't go to picking, and I figured the picking.
Oh, yeah, it's coming.
It is coming, y'all. I've seen a few of the glove jokes that have gone a step higher. Try it on now, that type thing.
Yeah, somebody says, look, it's too early for O.J. Simpson jokes, but I'll take a stab at it tomorrow.
I saw that one.
That's a good one.
That's all right.
All of that's
Cheap
coming.
shot. Cheap shot. Somebody got gonged on that one.
I had to delete one comment this morning because we don't go with using vulgarity on anything we do. I had to delete one that they shouldn't have put that. But he, as they all say, you must face the maker at one point in time.
That's right.
There we go. That's where we are today on that. O.J. Simpson dead at what, 76?
76.
Yeah.
Cancer in the end.
Miss Joanne, we got that inbox. I will give you a call today.
All righty. Have y'all ever been to Hollywood in those areas?
I don't have a reason to be there.
I saw the house right before they bulldozed it down. I flew out there for the ACM Awards way back when, right after all that happened.
It's the man of the world, isn't he?
Yeah.
Man,
I
look,
didn't know he left Lauderdale
I
County.
didn't either.
when if
What if
you
he sprayed any farms on the way out there?
I went in that crop.
Probably.
when those wheels touched down in LA, and it's like a city within itself there at that airport, if you've ever been there.
Do you
It
wear
is-
the hat on the plane?
Of course.
Okay.
I'd look no different. I signed more autographs when I was in LA because they thought I was some big, huge country star, and I just signed them, and they didn't know what they were
It
getting.
was George Strait.
And they did think
Hey,
that.
they did write a song, L.A. International Airport.
I remember that.
Thank you.
That was a big song.
Maybe that'll be one of our questions today.
Yeah, Cowboy and the Dandy. They met one night. Okay, maybe you don't know that
No.
one either. But L.A., I saw things in the first 15 minutes of my entire life I had never seen in Meridian, Mississippi. Within getting in the car going, what are they doing over there?
Yeah. Somebody's confused.
They were very confused. We'll talk about Winona's daughter here in a little bit later.
Yeah, that's confusing too.
Yes, sir. She's in the jailhouse now.
Yeah.
We'll talk about that. How it
In
tripped them.
L.A., Lower Alabama.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
That's where it all happened there. And then to hear I don't know if you've read the article of the sheriff as he described the scene of what went on with that. We'll talk about
Pardon
that in
me,
a second.
sir. You see what happened?
That's just the way it was.
Yeah, it did.
Scotty Ray and Odie, it is Friday. Good morning, everyone. We'll be right back with all your local headlines coming up next.
Long Cleaning Solutions Line Striping Division prides itself on getting the job done right. So, for results just like these, for security that you expect, call Trey Long in the Line Striping Division of Long Cleaning Solutions in Meridian.
Health Now is your locally owned medical equipment store. Every person's need is a little different, and they offer a little bit of everything from hospital beds, wheelchairs, reclining back wheelchairs, breathing treatments, CPAPs and supplies. They even have walkers, bath products, and oxygen. And the great thing about Health Now is they offer same-day service. They're open Monday to Friday, 8 a.m. to 4:30 p.m. and on call 24/7. Health Now Medical Equipment, where we treat our patients like family.
If every time the wind blows you get a little leery about a tree over your house, talk to my friends at Reed Tree Service. There's no reason to be worried about a tree crashing through your house. Mike Reed has years of experience dealing with trees. It can be as simple as having a limb removed or a tree that is just huge too close to your shop or house. It's not going to cost you anything to have Mike come out and give you an estimate. They're licensed and insured, taking care of East Mississippi and West Alabama. Reed Tree Service. Have tree, will travel. Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie, and of course all the gang. Greg is here, Julia is here for this Friday. One thing that we always do when someone in our community needs help, well, we all try to do so. And let me put this up if you want to help out a family in our area that lost absolutely everything they owned down to all they had left was the clothes on their back, is the family over in Newton Scott County there at the line, as the officially has been worded as straight line winds destroyed their home. They have an account set up at Great Southern National Bank in Decatur if you would like to make a donation, or at Newton County Academy. And here's the sizes. We've got this listed on our page there of the two boys, the mother, and the father. And anything that you could do to help them would be greatly appreciated. And a lot of times in life, you don't quite realize just how something like this could be unless you've been affected by it, a family
And it can
member.
happen to anybody.
Anytime.
Anybody, anytime. It can be you.
And even if you've got insurance, it takes weeks and months to get anything. And then here you are with two kids going, what do I do tomorrow?
And they're in a state of shock.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's the initial shock.
So if you could, again, this is a Great Southern National Bank there in Decatur. Drop by. Whether it's $1, $2, $5, it doesn't matter. Each goes together, and together it makes a huge difference for someone when they need help. So go by and check that out. Let's see what else went on here. We have a missing person from the Standing Pine community. This would be Leake County line, 18-year-old. Let's show his picture. He's been missing since April the 7th. So if you're in that area this morning and happen to recognize this young man, get in touch with law enforcement. He's 18 years old. His name is Kelsey D. Thomas, and missing. If you happen to see him, family worried to death as to where he is, and we'd certainly like to have that come to a good ending as well there. Let's see here. We had a fender bender. Have you been up where Country Boys is and the Daily Grind right along in there on Poplar Springs Drive? This is the scene yesterday afternoon. Ruh-roh.
It's tough getting out there.
That's a
It really
that's
is.
a busy place.
And they both wanted to go and crisscross right there.
And you can see how that would happen. You'd be looking over your shoulder,
to keep from getting hit.
and then that.
Meet head to head.
So we think about that. Those little small things happen every day throughout the area there. And that's a few of the things. Now, yesterday I made a post of who is going to pay.
Yeah.
It's always a big for lunch as we go live to Clark County. Okay, it's recorded. But from Clark County, there it was. Sheriff and former sheriff trying to figure out who's going to pay for the meal.
And Barry got up and walked out.
Well, how did it end?
I don't know. They didn't tell me. We left with them debating.
I think it was Barry's day.
Barry's
That's why
supposed to
he
pay.
left.
And then
first.
he acted like he went to the restroom and then slipped out the back. Oh, that's what, Skidmore will claim anyway. I think he weighs Barry when he comes in.
Charges him by the pound.
Speaking of, Todd is going to come in with us next week to be a part of the show to give us an update how it is not to be wearing a gun anymore. You have to think of doing that for 25 years of being the head man, and then all of a sudden they take away your badge and your gun.
And your radio.
And your radio.
And he just sits around not knows nothing now.
There was some knowledge that was passed yesterday.
Oh, yes, sir.
It was.
Hey, that's Clark County's Jerry Clower.
It
I
is.
mean, he is. He can tell it. And most of them are true.
But I will say, it's to work with another county. We couldn't have picked a better county than Clark County to work with. We sit down with EMA, we sit down with the law enforcement, and we come together with a plan. If anything happens there, we're involved. Anything happens here, they're involved. We work hand in hand, and it's great getting together with them to plan out. If stuff happens, what can we do with each other?
Definitely got each other's back, and there's
Yes.
no arguing over who gets to cut
Credit.
the ribbon or the
No.
glory. I mean, if we need them, they'd be here. And
Yes,
if they need us, we're going to be there.
Yeah.
Good people. You can't brag on them enough.
We
none of that, do
watched
you-
a lake drain one night,
Sure
didn't we,
did.
Odie?
It's none of that, hey, can you help me? It's,
What
hey,
you
where do
need.
you need me at? I'm already en route. And that's the way it should be.
I'm going to use a clip of this for the legislators that tried to take Clark County out of the 10th Circuit District last week.
Sneaky.
Oh, let's
It
not do
was.
that. Yeah.
But that was one of our arguments is Lauderdale's paired up with Clark County pretty tight. We don't need to be split up like that. But it
Not at
appears
all.
that they fixed it.
It
So,
does appear
Good.
that.
Yeah, it's not
Good,
official,
good.
but
That's good, folks.
Big
Yeah.
thanks to Jeff Tate for what he did on that as well.
Absolutely.
People don't quite realize.
and Tyler McConn, he's
what-
part of Lauderdale County too. Senator McConn worked on that as well with Senator Tate. But
Yeah.
that would
was
not have been
close.
good.
That was close, too.
Yeah, it was. So-
If you would like things to be a little bit more liberal, so to speak, that's what would have happened. That's what we're teasing at or leaning toward. I don't know the word I'm looking
That's
for.
absolutely what would have happened.
And
Bad.
people would have been turned out. It would be Jackson, Mississippi. Let's just be honest about it.
That would have been
George
where we were
Soros put $700,000 into the Knox VDA race.
Now I
And
want you to repeat that again.
George Soros put $700,000 into the last Knoxville County DA race.
Now-
So everybody just needs to know that our next DA race, George Soros would have $700,000 at least invested.
That was Knoxville
Yeah,
County.
yeah.
This isn't no major
Yeah.
metropolitan
That's where I was going
area.
with
Right.
And if you're bored today, look up George Soros. I
Yes.
mean, if you want to know who's running this country or
There you
trying to
go.
run close together this country, yes.
So big thank you to Senator Tate and Senator McConn and everybody that worked on that to get that fixed.
That's one of
because-
those things that went on behind the scenes that, well, not everybody's really ever going to know about what went on, but it was
Well, because
important.
nobody cares.
Well, it's nice to know that Jeff and the other guy, they had our back.
Yes.
Somebody with Jeff now was paying attention.
Yes, sir. And that's the best way to fix things like
And
that.
he's done that a few times for us.
Yes, sirree.
Him and Steve Horn, Billy Adam Calvert.
Let's
Now, you
talk
gotta-
about Millbrook as we tease Winona Judge. Millbrook, Alabama. Let me show you the high sheriff there as we go to Daily Mail here as we brought this up. Here's a picture of him. He's standing there in front of the sign. He got the phone call himself from Winona's ex-husband there. He said, I think I got your daughter locked up here. She,
Well,
this, I don't even know how to explain this. To a family, it would have to be embarrassment. But let me look at the charges. There's been several charges that's been done. Grace Kelly is her name. She's 27 years old. She has been charged with soliciting for prostitution after holding up a sign on the side of the highway by the interstate that said, "A ride for a ride." They let her go the first time and
Why
said,
is the camera not on Greg right now?
Had to let that one go there. I mean, come on, people.
And the first cop showed up on the scene and he says, "Look, you can't do that." And she argued with him that the sign didn't mean that. And he told her to move on. Well, they got another call back. She'd moved a quarter of a mile down the road to a store. They showed up for that. She was inside making lewd remarks to customers and they asked her to move on again. The third time when she was at the interstate and she might have been exposing body parts is when they go, "Look, we've had enough. You're going to jail." And they cuffed and stuffed her. And he says, although she did not have any paraphernalia on her at the moment, it was very clear that she had partaking of it moments before.
You think?
yeah.
I mean, come on. Hello.
McFly.
Yeah, I mean, come on.
How was she getting from each place?
She was walking.
Okay.
She was
So
flying.
she didn't get a
Yeah.
ride.
Yeah, she
Gliding,
wasn't-
So
whatever.
she didn't get the ride.
No.
She did not get the ride at all.
Oh, my.
Well, look at her. Who was going to stop?
I mean, that's her cellmate picture. Can you imagine as a parent getting that call, your daughter's been here doing this? She's a grown woman now. She's been arrested, I don't know how
A
many.
bunch of times. And again, that's a case of if somebody would have probably just like kept their nose clean and acted halfway decent, she would be living the life of luxury.
There's no problem
Instead
with it.
on the side of the interstate with a cardboard sign flashing your thingies at people.
Here's the scene right there. That's where it all went down there. You took 65 north to go back toward Nashville or west to come
And
toward
she's
Bree.
ugly. That'd cause a wreck.
That would. No one stopped. No one.
Imagine. Some of them probably got another gear.
Like,
Wasn't nobody that drunk driving.
it was like that scene in downtown Meridian that day where the woman went streaking
man.
and nobody looked. They just let her go.
Pardon me, sir. Did you see what happened?
That was the scene there, and in jail she is now. Winona has not contacted the father has, her ex, and he said he was very concerned. A representative, I think, from Winona's camp reached out. It's around $3,000 to get her out, something like that. She's still in jail that I'm aware of.
Well, she's clearly going through some mental or
And she
addiction
needs the help.
issues. So
She's in the right place.
yeah, she probably needs
It's
to
some issues.
sit for a second.
That's definitely there. Now, Greg, I don't care who you are. $9 million is a little bit of money, isn't it, y'all?
I can
Yeah.
learn how to sing pretty quick.
Taylor Swift, and this is allegedly, now y'all think about this, $9 million. They're saying she turned down from a Saudi, somebody that was very rich, to come do a private show for $9 million. Now,
Did she get a phone call about the, look, I'm a prince over here and got $9 million to pay?
can you
Do we know
imagine-
why? I mean, was there?
It doesn't go into why she didn't take it, but there are some stars that just will not do that.
Well, she obviously don't need the money.
Yeah.
Well, she don't need that.
Hey, she could have had
There's-
something to do that day.
I'm sure
I
there's
mean,
reasons
her
you would turn
calendar was
down
full.
$9 million.
Yeah, $9 million, I
but-
might could have fitted in that.
Yeah.
There ain't a lot of things I'll turn $9
I know, but I'm sure there's something, and so there may have been-
$9.09. I mean, we're talking about Odie now.
$9 million. Y'all might not ever find out about it.
y'all got some standards or
He'd have a
morals
turban.
somewhere.
You see Odie with his turban and his sandals on. I'm gone.
Can I borrow yours? Because I'm out of here.
Wow. So that they say that actually happened there, where she turned it down. But she is fast becoming the richest woman in entertainment, isn't she?
Hell, at $9
not-
million a show, you can do that.
She's a very smart person. Like she's
She
a
is,
great business person.
All right, we moved to Mississippi. Now, this happened during the 70s, and I don't know if number one, before we get into the story, does anybody in the room actually believe in UFOs? And I mean as in not an unidentified flying object, but actually life from another planet coming here.
No, because if there was, we'd have done sent them money. I mean, our government would have done mailed them something. I can assure you.
We'd have done
if
built
there
the
was
land
people
back.
on Mars, we would be subsidizing them somehow.
Do y'all remember, and this truly happened, and Netflix is going to make a documentary about Mississippi. The two have died since then. It was two old boys in Pascagoula, Mississippi that were getting ready to go to work. Do you remember that?
I do remember this story.
And so they claimed that they were sucked up into a spaceship and they were probed and all kinds of.
The next thing, they'll be on the interstate with a cardboard sign. You gotta watch it. Same thing happened to them.
And then they claimed that the aliens brought them back to Pascagoula and then dumped them out on the side of the bank. They swore to their dying breath, one of them died last year, that happened. Now, it sounded like they were late for work to me and they'd had a few too many beers.
Yeah.
But they swore to their dying breath. A woman has come out now who did not talk to police at the time and says she witnessed them being sucked up into the spaceship, and she is also going to be interviewed on the Netflix program.
Well,
So she took the acid too.
Yeah.
yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yes,
she
sir.
took a hit.
Yes.
All right.
Be looking for this. It's a lot of claims. I don't believe that, y'all. But it's hilarious. If you ever read the story, it is really funny because it's like two rednecks of what can we make up.
And they made it up.
Now they swear that is the truth.
They may really believe
When
it.
I left Hojo's one night with some aliens, never mind. That was another story.
Tell us more.
That goes back to those flowers. I'm sorry.
My, oh, my, oh, my. We'll be right back as we continue. Of course, Mississippi making it to a big documentary. Y'all be looking for that. Netflix is.
What we do now?
Bring on the amazing colors of spring. Al's Garden and Gift, voted the best garden and gift shop, specializes in beautiful bedding and vegetable plants, shrubs, fruit trees, hanging baskets, succulents, roses, and ferns. Freshen up flower beds with mulches, soils, sod, and pine straw. Also sprouting up unique gifts, candles, pottery, gourmet sauces, spices, and food items. Come try a cool and delicious treat by Ice Cream Factory too. It's the perfect time to spend in the yard. Bloom with happiness. Visit Al's Garden and Gift today.
Downtown Meridian is thriving with a fresh look, and now it's getting a new neighbor. Toyota of Meridian is now open under new hometown leadership. We're bringing automotive knowledge and experience home with a focus on improved customer satisfaction and all new pricing. Toyota of Meridian is excited to serve the Queen City and exceed your expectations.
I'm Trinara Rush, and I want to invite you to Toyota Meridian, where hometown pride drives excellence.
Our local headlines are brought to you by the Rock House Gun and Pawn.
Philadelphia Gun and Pawn, located at 910 Posey Avenue, has tons of lawnmowers to choose from. A big selection of zero-turn lawnmowers, power washers, and even barbecue grills. Step inside the store and see their complete line of Liberty safes along with those Browning safes. A large selection of Louis Vuitton purses along with satin shirts and bead sets. And tons to choose from for the outdoorsman in your household. And always a great deal on any type of jewelry you're looking for. And a private lobby for pawns for your confidentiality. Philadelphia Gun and Pawn. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray along with Odie as Odie's getting a refill. He'll be back in just a second there. Now, I went to downtown Meridian yesterday, right by the Riley Center, a little place called the Dumont Plaza. As I stood there in amazement, there was a lot of golf balls. And I thought, well, this is an odd place to have golf balls. But
You didn't stand under them, did you?
No, I caught on to that real quick there. But apparently everybody had bought a golf ball. And Julie, I'm going to flip to you to explain to me what this was really about. Charity? Am I right?
Yeah, well, I'm not in Rotary, but my husband is, and so I'm familiar with the event. But it was third Thursday, but it was on second Thursday,
Yeah, I
that
got a
event
little
downtown. And they partner with, the Meridian Council for the Arts partners with Rotary every year to do this, and it's a charity thing. Rotary raises money for all kinds of things.
Greg later is going to explain how you can have the third Thursday and hold it on the second.
Who's
Yes.
on first?
Well, I'm glad they did that because that's something that a lot of these groups or Meridian Council for the Arts did and ACES is doing is we'll move our events sometimes when there's going to be a conference in town or whatever, so that puts
So maybe
Meridian
you
in a
get
good
more
light.
people.
But the ball drop, so you buy balls, they're numbered, and then they drop them out of the air, and there's 3 holes there, and so there's 3 different prizes, and each prize is $1,000. So if the ball goes in, then you get it, and then there's some judging done for closest to the hole, and there were 3 winners, and that's how it works.
So do you remember who the winners was? I don't think I actually got it on piece of paper.
Otis Gowdy, Natalie Buckley, and Harry Mayer for the second year in a row.
He's quite a golfer.
Y'all, everybody go get Harry to buy you lunch. He's got plenty of money.
Look at that one right there by the flag. I mean, that sucker was right there on the edge of the hole.
It was.
Yes, that one, it was tough. It was tough.
So,
to
How
decide.
much are the golf balls? How much?
I don't know. I know Rotary members are responsible for selling
So many.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of like being in grade school and they coach,
yeah.
you got 20 of these to go sell.
Right.
Buy them or
It's-
sell them, and don't make me no
Don't
difference.
come
Right.
back with any more left.
Right.
So that happened in downtown Meridian yesterday. I hope you had a chance. There was a lot of people that, while that was going on, I got a phone call that said, I just was driving down the road and there's a person walking down the middle of the road with a butcher knife. I said, say it ain't so, you're kidding me. So I got a video, and sure enough, the person did have a knife walking down the road. Now, they didn't approach anyone, but they were in and out of walking in front of cars, and as we captured that moment, here is a video of that. If you'll look in this hand, right there is the knife. Now, the police showed up. They were detained. I do not know if any formal charges were pressed, but they were escorted away in the back of a patrol car. They could have been detained and released later. I'm not sure how that ended up. I haven't had a chance to speak with anyone with the Meridian Police Department since then. But kind of scary to be driving down the road, and it was multiple people saying, I saw this. This would be 24th. As a matter of fact, it was right there at your office, Odie. Ooh. Makes you want to go to work early, doesn't it?
Yeah. Like, come on.
Kind of
man.
scares you on the day of OJ's passing.
It did. It
Yeah.
did. All of it.
He's back.
He's back.
That
He
does.
already
I didn't
come
even
back.
put the connection there, Greg. You're right. Let's see. We also had an incident yesterday afternoon. And this is another one of those situations of you pull in to buy gas, you're ready to go, and you want to go back. That would be west. No, that would be, west. And you're sitting there at the gas station. Well, let me just pull it up to explain to you. This is the aftermath, and let's go here.
Oh, boy.
If you're sitting at the Texaco, you want to pull out and take that big left across there, we can
That's
have an
north
incident.
and south.
That's east and west, isn't it?
Yes, it
It's
is.
east and west.
Oh, okay.
In front of the Dodge place would be east and west.
Yeah.
All right.
No wonder he's been having
I mean,
trouble.
He's got a
with
bubble
What do you
in
do
his
for a
compass.
living?
That's what's wrong. No wonder he don't know where he's going.
Well, the camera's tilted.
But you got to cross some heavy lanes of traffic
Yeah.
right any time of the day.
And that's just one of those situations as we look at this, that can happen. Messed up a perfectly good Silverado. Did I say that right? Silverado? Yeah, I had a
Yeah,
little
something
twang
like
to
that.
it. But I don't think there was any major health issues with that, but the ambulances were on scene to help folks out. Always remember, at that situation there, if it doesn't look like you can cross, go down, take a
Turn
left.
around and come back.
Yeah.
It's just, you may be a little late, but you'll still get there.
It's like a game of Frogger.
Yes.
What is Frogger?
You don't know that first computer game that, the frog would try to get across the...
Let's clarify, that was not the first, but it was.
Okay,
It was
sorry,
a good
what
go.
Look, all I know was Duck Hunt, where the little dude come up out of it and you.
But it was
Ting, ting.
It was
similar.
right there
dog
with
kept laughing at
Pac-Man and Space Invaders.
Yeah, I never
and
played
stuff
that.
You
Like
had a
that.
frog that had to go across the 4-lane highway.
Let me be honest with y'all. I was never coordinated enough to play those games. It's by the time I could realize I was supposed to do it, it was too late.
Dead frog.
Yeah. Didn't work out
My
so
bad.
well. My kids, on the other hand, were really good at it.
Yeah, but when we grew up, we only had one stick and one button.
I was still slow of it.
Remember the old table tennis, the first one? On the
yeah.
black and white TV?
Yeah.
I
and
do.
The only option you had, you could make the little paddles long or short.
Yep.
Boom, boom, boom. Think if kids had to play that now. I mean,
would
They'd
really.
go crazy.
They would laugh at you.
Oh, yeah.
Up
Yeah.
and coming, we're going to go back in history. How well will Greg, Julia do today? We're going to test them, Odie.
We've got our scoreboard ready.
All right,
We
we'll
don't
be right
need
back.
to be keeping score.
The selection is always changing at Massey Supermart Auto Sales with low mileage cars and trucks. How about a 2022 Jeep Wrangler Ridgeline Sport with only 40,000 miles? A GMC Denali or a 2024 Silverado 2500? Drop in today and find the car that you're looking for. They're packed with low mileage cars and trucks.
The low profit dealer, Massey Supermart.
For something as vital as your eyes, you should have your lenses and contacts made with the utmost care and precision. And that's what Grayson Optical does on 24th Avenue. Since 1996, Grayson Optical's mission has been to provide Meridian and surrounding areas with quality eye care products. That's why we're locally owned and operated. And don't forget, custom-made sunglasses like Costa for your eyes only. When you need to see clearly, Grayson Optical. 2021 24th Avenue, Meridian. 601-693-6374.
Meridian's favorite barbecue is Squealer's Barbecue, named the barbecue capital for the state of Mississippi. Whether it's barbecue, wings, or burgers, Squealer's simply has the best for a family environment. Every Thursday night, there's live music out on the porch. Takeout orders are welcome, and whether it's your next tailgate or large catering event, your friends at Squealer's are there to help. Drop in for lunch today or a night out on the town. Squealer's Barbecue, the best in fine barbecue.
All right, here we are.
We done started an
We done
argument.
got confused.
Yeah.
We have.
That's
And
all right.
welcome back. As we talked about big events that are coming up tonight, Julia is here to talk about this big event here. It's full moon tonight.
Man,
Full moon
yeah.
on 5th. We are back downtown Meridian, 5th Street, between 22nd and 23rd Avenue from 6 to 9 this evening. We had a rough weather event last month, but it looks like it's going to be perfect. I think we start out at like 72 and end around 62 at the end of the evening. So
Gonna be beautiful.
It's going to be beautiful. Brassfield Band is coming.
Now, she's J.P. Pennington's daughter.
Yeah, so there's two guys and a lady, and she's J.P. Pennington's daughter. The two guys are brothers out of Tupelo, and they are a house band, and some I've got them. I'll look up in Nashville, and they're recording their first official album. So they'll do some country cover, and they'll also do some of their original stuff too. So we're excited about them. Bring your lawn chairs. We'll have our art gallery. That we always have on 5th Street is got Coach Hill from Meridian High. He's an artist, and so his work is going to be displayed. We'll have food and cold snacks and all that kind of good stuff. So kids' activities. It's just a fun evening to be in downtown Meridian, and the weather looks like it's going to be perfect.
All right. Join us there. We'll be there. It's going to be a lot of fun, and it's going to be warm. Great band. It has a New Orleans feel. You'll love it. Come on down. Plenty of parking as well there.
Real quick before we do, we're getting reports that we've got a wreck at Okeechobee Dam Road and Reservoir Road. So if you're traveling in that area, be careful. And so keep your thoughts and prayers for what's going on there. We don't really have any updates. Not real sure exactly what it is, but we do have reports of a wreck, Okeechobee Dam Road and Reservoir Road. So be careful.
Keep that in mind. As we go back and fold back the times of history, as we go to test this would be the day that, well, we couldn't get along so good. There were some discrepancies up in the United States, and, well, this happened over, was it Fort what?
Sumter.
Boy, these two are all over there. As shots were fired, heard around the world at Fort Sumter. It all began from there. It would fall within just a few hours of bombardment. Actually, no one was hurt. If you remember, it was surrendered and given over to the Confederacy at that point, and so began the war. Boy, oh boy.
So at least they know about the war between the states.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
The war of northern aggression.
I've
northern
heard it put that
aggression.
way all my life there.
That's right.
As we go back to in Rambo, this guy, I don't remember this guy ever playing a part where I liked him. He played Rambo. Do you remember when they bring Rambo in and they go, "This whole room is dedicated to you"? And that guy that really
Talking
didn't
about
like him.
his colonel or whatever.
Yeah. This guy would also be in the Blues Brothers.
Charles Napier.
What? Ding, 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 ding.
Look at her.
Somebody
just-
been studying.
She's on it.
I think she's got a call and somebody's got in her ear already over here.
Do y'all remember this scene to where him and the good old boys got in the motorhome and they went to chase him and he stomped it and they had super glued the gas pedal and he passed everybody in the motorhome?
Sure.
It was hilarious.
Oh, man.
He did play that part a lot better. The good old boys. We hope you'll come back, but you owe us $100 in money, $100 in beer money.
Now, I know she'll know this one here.
This guy, there's nothing worse, as we were bringing up mistakes that men make, being married and your wife eats a lot of bonbons. She won't work, and then to top it off, you have an embarrassing job.
And all you do is sell shoes, and then you have to come home.
Al Bundy.
Greg takes the win.
All right, they're 1-1 because that first one was a tie.
Greg O'Neill, Ed O'Neill.
Are you
was born
keeping
this thing
score
back
over
in the
there?
40s. I got Greg on the bike.
He's keeping score.
Yeah, we're on this 1-1 here of what happened. But Bundy
He
was.
also don't know North and South.
That's true. That's true.
Don't worry about
Okay.
the scorekeeping.
This guy would come along after Johnny Carson.
He had the top 10.
Jay Leno?
No.
It would be before Jay Leno ever thought about coming.
But
He
he was
had-
after Carson?
Wasn't it after? It was after
he had
Carson.
the. Because remember,
he-
Jay Leno actually took Carson's spot.
That's what I'm talking about when you said he was after
No.
Carson.
So late night show.
This is a late night show. Did I say that word that wrong?
Well, no, he just took it that way.
Letterman?
Letterman? I mean, yeah.
That's it.
I got that one.
Oh,
She
Julia.
mumbled it, but she didn't do it with any assurance.
Golly.
But straighten that out on me. Of how did the Letterman thing? Wasn't
It
he
was on a
before
different
Leno?
channel.
No, it was
wasn't
a different. They were competitors.
Competitor. Okay.
Yeah.
I was a Carson guy, but I was going to say, I know who came on because I was watching the last Johnny Carson show and then Leno.
We've said you need to work on your question asking.
Okay. Oh boy, they're getting touchy across the room.
Carl
We're keeping
got it,
score.
and Bob comes up with Conan. We hope we don't ever bring up his
And now I
birthday or
watch
nothing.
no late night TV.
I don't watch
Because,
it.
I don't watch TV.
I'd rather watch a test of the emergency broadcast system.
Well, now I
than
watch
that mess
TV late
that's
at
on
night,
now.
but not none of that junk that they.
These night show hosts, the emergency. That was funny, Greg.
Well, it's the truth. All they do is bash Trump. I don't want to watch it.
They do that. This Conan character.
Yeah, that's the weirdest
And then
dumbest
who
thing
is
out
this
there.
this guy that's not from America that does a show that is just so
Obama? no, I'm sorry. Got ahead of myself on the questions.
John, it's not Stewart. I can't think of his name, but
man,
I can see the guy's face.
yeah, I know who you're talking about. Kind of heavyset guy.
But he's not from America either. Let's go
I
back to
don't know.
1950. This guy would be born. He would be a heartthrob of young girls. He made it to the Brady Bunch.
Oh, Greg Brady?
No.
No.
Now, Jan was the. She was the president of the fan club, I believe.
Maybe that was it. Was he on a TV show at all? Or was he just Team
No,
B?
he was
You had
on.
Greg, Peter, and Bobby.
Right.
No, not
but
the
this
people,
was to be
not the
like a
books.
guest on the show.
He was a singer.
He was a singer and he was a
See, they
guest.
ask confused the way
It
they
is.
word stuff.
What are we supposed to do?
Exactly.
You get more points
Next.
the earlier
Yeah,
you get.
yeah.
Well, the
I
problem
keep
is
watching the comments thinking
I
somebody's
don't-
going to help me out.
I don't know anything
Your-
the guy ever sang
your
because it wasn't
viewers
my
don't
kind of
know
music.
either.
But I do realize that young
Davy
girl,
Jones.
you're close. You're in that neighborhood.
Could we get a picture, maybe?
Okay, now I will say this right here because they are with what we give them, they're right because she was president of the Davy Jones
That's correct. So
club, so that was
Our fault.
was our fault, my fault. So it wasn't.
Oh, here
So-
we go.
so Dave-
we still
David-
don't know who they're talking
So
about.
David is David
They
is a
don't know who
key.
they're talking
It's
about.
David somebody.
he had and I don't
Sean
David
Cassidy?
Cassidy.
You- goes to Greg. Greg, I was just you were really warm.
How can we even count that point after?
He said it though. That's how we can
It
count it.
wasn't with a lot of assurance, but he did say it.
But I was supposed to give the hint of somebody else named Sean Cassidy. I don't think they were kin. But did he do any songs that were popular?
I don't know.
I
Needs a haircut.
he does need that.
That was terrible. You need to do better.
Yeah, I mean, that was bad. I mean, you're talking about confusing. That would be in politics.
1954. Let me see how I do on a hint on here.
Okay.
Let me look at your arm, Greg. Hold up your arm. You're not wearing anything that would tie into this. How about you? Hold up your arm. She's not either. No. 1954. A guy named Bill would create a song. I think it was his biggest one, wasn't it?
I'd say it was, yeah.
And it dealt with something behind your head.
Something behind.
Yeah, look behind you. What do you see?
Clock on the wall.
There you go. But we're going to.
It's called dancing.
Around the
Rock around the clock.
Okay.
Greg gets the
Bill
win.
had me in the comments.
I was right there.
All
Is
right.
that right?
That's it.
3-2. It's Greg. You got to come back.
1954.
I'm not counting one of those points.
No, I think
She seemed disgruntled.
they're all up for debate. I'm
I know,
sorry.
I know.
I mean,
I agree.
I'm taking up for you.
Thank you. I appreciate
Even though
it.
I'm in the lead. I mean, by a landslide, but it's okay.
All right. I don't see Julia getting this one.
Well, thanks. I don't either.
I don't see any way I can describe it to her. It dealt with the Navy. It was a TV show.
It was comedy.
Very comedy. It was in 1966.
It was underwater.
Ended today.
McCall Navy or whatever it is.
Greg takes the win. He's
Never heard of it.
Smoked her.
Never heard of it.
Well, it wasn't no Hogan's Heroes, put it that way. I mean, it was all right.
It faded away.
Bob
pretty
jumped
quick.
in there.
Let's see.
Terry.
Pocket full of gold. High on a mountain, we might go. A country singer is what we're talking about. He was born on this day in 57. He was from Oklahoma. Reba hung out with him.
Chris Ledoux.
No. He
Come
had
on.
more of a higher tenor. His songs are played at funerals a lot.
Well, name one of them. Vince Gill? I mean, I don't know.
That's what I was about to. I do love.
I did say pocket full of gold. I did say something about a mountain. I thought the mountain would give it away right off. But yeah.
Oh, he's been to more funerals than Lou Wright. I mean,
I've seen
That's
him
true.
at the Silver. Is it the
Yeah.
Silver? At the Silver Star.
Great singer, though. I mean, Vince Gill has had a bunch of them there. This girl was diagnosed with cancer not long ago, and she is in bad shape at this point, stage 4. But back in the day, she was it on a zip code.
Now, did she not lose everything?
90210.
Julia comes from behind to name one.
what?
Shannon Daughtry,
Yeah, she was also on Charmed.
90210. You didn't.
I didn't get that station.
All right. Did you get that point over there, Odie?
I did.
Thank you.
What's the score?
5-3. Julius can still come back.
George Burns had a connection with this guy.
Yeah.
As we bring about, and he released a song today that would become the state song. It would be a state that was divided at one point. It started out in that war of northern aggression as one state, and eventually it would go woof.
Kind of like
West Virginia,
Colorado.
Virginia.
Oh, you're getting warm here. He's beating around the bush with a big pine brush.
John.
Oh, did I hear a first name? She almost got it.
Something in
John
Colorado.
Denver? Rocky Mountain High?
You're close. We're close. That was the first song. He was also recorded at the same time.
I knew she wasn't going to get this.
You think about it.
John Denver?
Almost Heaven. West Virginia.
Blue Ridge Mountain, blah, blah, blah.
What's the name of the song? Because it was released today.
Take Me Home. Country
Country
Roads.
Roads.
Julia.
Got it.
Golly. All right, so I got to give both of them a point.
But the best ever is
Yep.
Charlie Rich.
Behind closed doors.
No, Charlie Rich from
Oh,
John
yeah,
Denver. John Denver Rick gets country music, whatever.
Entertainer of the year.
Entertainer of the year. Charlie Rich is kind of inebriated.
Yes.
So he just reads it and lights it at the.
It smokes it at the CMA.
Just sets it on fire.
And John Denver's live by satellite going, well, thank y'all very much.
What happened?
He was very, very high,
that
you
was
might
back
say.
when that was funny.
It was.
Yeah.
Let's go back to the Jeffersons. We would have someone depart the show. I don't know if y'all remember this or not. Everybody loved to watch the Jeffersons. It was he had it was his son, wasn't
Yep, that was his
Lionel.
son. Well, he
Yes.
he did it. That was his son's TV name.
Yeah, he married Jenny, Mr. and Ms. Willis's
Yep.
daughter.
Right.
Mr. Bentley lived next door. Ralph was the doorman. Charlie was the bartender.
Just give him the point.
It would be his last appearance on the show. And what was so weird about this, the guy that they replaced him with had the same name as him.
Sure did.
They were
Sure
both
did.
Mike Evans.
Okay.
It's kind of weird, though.
Fun fact Friday.
Yeah, okay.
Florence was the maid, too.
How do we
Good to
describe this guy? I didn't listen to it. Sometimes things hurt. Makes you want to hold on to things. He did change his name. This is a rock and roll singer. So Greg
John
is,
Mellencamp.
Whoa!
How'd you come up with?
She just out of nowhere.
Changed her name. All right.
That was such a big album when it come out. It had Jack and Diane. Hurt So Good. Hand to Hold On To. He done good with that.
That
album.
wasn't on my jukebox.
Have you ever listened to any of it?
Not on purpose.
Not on purpose. That's pretty good there.
Oh,
now,
y'all will know this one now.
when you go back to 1986, his first song was released. It was actually in '84 and it bombed. He was washing dishes in Nashville. He wasn't getting anywhere. He released a song that bombed. And 2 years later, they re-released it. And then the next song comes out. He's tempted
Did some
by
praying.
He did. And he's tempted by a woman.
Imagine that.
He goes, "Whew, you sure are hot." But there's a reason I can't do this, is what he
Very
said.
deep voice.
Yeah.
Still a great voice. He's
been
done some
arrested a few
things in the
times.
past that's pushed him back a little bit too much alcohol.
Yep.
Well, give me a song title.
No, we can't because that'll give it away.
Last night I dug your picture out.
Randy
from-
Travis,
Yeah, what was the song though?
1982.
That was first.
On the other hand,
Oh, that's it. On the other hand.
Okay.
There's someone who wouldn't
Yeah,
understand.
you got that one.
And you know, you go back to talking about what paints pictures and
I
tells
can see
stories.
it. You
now,
would.
now did
Rita got that one.
is Randy Travis still alive?
He
I know
is.
he was in really bad shape. He was in a wheelchair.
He's in a wheelchair now. I saw him the other day, and he did a complete song.
Oh, yeah.
The other day, sang one, and which was a miracle in itself.
Dude, he was it in the mid '80s. Yeah, really.
He, and again, ended up marrying his manager. If y'all remember that, she was quite a bit older than he was, and that lasted a little while. Don't give me that look.
I ain't say nothing. I ain't say nothing. Somebody said it was a front. I don't know. I don't know. I liked his music. I'll put it that. Leave it at that.
My love is deeper than. And boy, he did have the voice, and just he owned the '80s. There's no other way to. I didn't watch this show, and this is a Julia type answer.
Cops in high school.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
Cops in high school.
Yep.
I'd never seen I never
they
saw
were
the first
cops,
episode.
and they went back to high school.
Jump Street.
We got to give her the win.
Yeah.
21 Jump Street. I knew it was a number.
It premiered. Did you ever see it, Greg?
No, I didn't get that station.
Me either. I never saw it at all there. No, I'm not going to lie about this. I remember sitting at the radio station getting the song, and I looked at the cover, and you know how they say don't judge a book by its cover? But I looked at the cover, and I said, that wears a turtleneck in country music. Can't be all that in a bag of chips.
But he was.
Full turtleneck there, that first picture they gave to radio. I'm like, no way. And then I heard the song, and I was like, whoa.
I got more money than my kids' grandkids.
Garth
can
Brooks.
spend.
For the win.
When Odie was describing how much money he had, I'm sorry, dude.
But, I mean, have you ever known anybody else to wear a turtleneck and make it in country music?
John Denver.
I saw it.
Well, there you go.
I saw him in New Orleans
I had
last
Rambling
year.
Fever in my bones was one of the songs there. He might have been. And he'd done a little bit of, I can't make the sound. Can you do a train? Yeah. He would pass away to that.
I heard a turkey gobble. Wait. Something derailed.
I can't name a song that this guy done, but he would end up in Pigeon Forge and places like that playing all the time. It related to train cars.
Boxcar Willie.
I'm sorry.
Greg.
I've given up.
It
Trying
was
to
in
help me.
Branson, Missouri.
Yeah.
He was really good, but again, I don't know. He always was doing somebody else's music.
Yeah.
It seemed to me, but he was really good. I have an
Yeah.
8-track of him,
I know he
You
did.
still have an 8-track player, don't you?
and it works.
Hank Jr. did a song with him, if you'll remember. Rambling in, had Rambling in My Shoes, and a bad case of rambling in our shoes. That's Hank Jr.'s song.
I will get back to it.
Okay.
Yeah. Night to 2008. Your kids, and this was a big country music song, and a lot of mothers really identified with this. Your kids are growing up. Sometimes they can be aggravating to you. And somebody says, one day,
You're going to miss this.
there you go. Julia gets a win with Trace Atkins. Y'all remember that song? Mm-hmm. That was good stuff there. Let's see here. We're getting close to the end here.
So,
She would be Bob Newhart a lot on there, and she always spoke real soft. Couldn't hear her. Y'all remember her? That's best I can describe her. We're going to take this out. There's no way to guess this.
All I remember is Larry, Darryl, and Daryl.
Yeah, she was played so many
what I was
parts.
gonna
Would have got that.
And that's
guess
why
that.
I took it out.
Yeah.
Georgiana, however you pronounce that last name. She passed away today, but she was in Mary Tyler Moore, and she was on the Bob Newhart show, and you could barely hear the woman.
She played in something else. I recognize her eyes now, but I can't. She did a guest appearance in something.
how
Now,
many more do we
Julia, get
have?
this one.
You've got to.
How many more do we have?
This
Because if
is
it's
it.
just
This-
one, I know the answer already.
You do.
It's gotta be Daisy Duke.
I want to have
No,
a
that's the
recount.
last one.
Daisy Duke is the answer.
Y'all
There's only one
remember this
left.
one.
How
We
do you
haven't brought her
describe
up
this,
yet.
Odie?
Because he talked like this right here.
He had a
He was
very.
a comic.
He was a comic.
I know who you're talking about, but
yeah.
I don't know his name.
He was in Kindergarten Cop.
Was he?
I think so. I don't-
His initials are the same. First and last name.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
Starts with a G.
Very annoying person.
Yeah.
Gilbert
yes.
something.
Yeah.
Gilbert
God.
Godfrey.
Yeah.
We'll split it because you got the last
That's
name.
a tie. And one final thing, and this didn't happen on this day, but something that I studied and had no idea that it existed. And it's from Greg's favorite TV show, or movie ever made.
Smokey and the Bandit.
But did you know that somebody had a cameo in it? And
Yes, I do.
Who is it?
Cooter off the Dukes of Hazzard. At the beginning of the movie, he's in front of a cab over truck.
How?
Jones. Jones is his last name, but I can't think of his first
Yeah,
name.
Ben Jones.
Yeah.
I had no idea that he was
Is
in
that not a cab over truck?
That is.
Thank you, sir.
Greg, you know this movie way too much.
And didn't he go on to serve in like the
Yes, he was elected
state
to Senate.
or stuff? Maybe I don't even remember.
Now, this part I read in the comments about this, and
This is a lot of depth of knowledge you have about this
Y'all-
one subject.
I don't know a lot. I just know a lot about a little.
what was that famous line that Burt Reynolds put in there when he was explaining to Sally Field about knowledge? And this really fits you too. What was the line he used here? He said it when he was talking about Waylon Jennings and this, that, and that. He said, "You're only as smart as to what part of the United States you're standing on." You remember that line there? When
No,
he was
I don't remember that. No.
Yeah, it's in there. And
I
he
must have went to get
she knew all about Broadway, and he knew about Waylon
Yeah.
and Willie, and he
I'm
says,
just trying to
"Hang
decide
on
if that was a
minute."
compliment or not.
Yeah, he was trying to explain to her, you're only as smart as the region that you're from.
Is
They
that,
say
when,
you
is
need
that
to-
when his hat was on the antenna?
That's what he was getting to. That I only take my hat off for one thing and one thing only.
That's right.
They say
They
you need to
call
get
you.
outside more, Greg, and that you have too much time on your hands.
That was good. I got to give him credit on knowing that.
Oh,
We'll be
man.
right
And
back.
what's bad? I don't know how I knew it. I just did.
It just boom. I
How many
know.
times have you watched
Now,
it?
It also said in the credits, Greg, that you know when the tire come off the car.
Right.
That John Snyder was in the I don't know if that's true or not. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. You know, when they're going down the chase scene.
He couldn't have been very old.
No, because he was like 18 when he got the part in the other show.
Where you're geographically located.
Yeah. Yeah, that's where you're. That's we're going to have to find that after the show ends.
That's a big word for you to discuss this early in the morning.
I thought it was something about a giraffe. What did it say? Oh, okay.
That's a
I had to sound it out.
You used your syllables.
y'all hang tight. We're going to tell you about
gosh.
all what's going on in Meridian. That's next here at the Scotty Ray Report.
Paris Kubota, 2401 Jimmy Rogers Parkway, Friday, April the 12th. Come see us for our grand opening. We're going to have barbecue from right here in Meridian, $500 off select tractors, free VIP Talladega race tickets, demos on selected equipment, as well as 10% off of all rentals. Stop in and see us Friday, April the 12th for our grand opening right here on Jimmy Rogers Parkway.
Patrick Allen Companies has a wide selection of garage doors that will fit your style, add value to your home, and add curb appeal to your neighborhood. Patrick Allen also has top-of-the-line, energy-efficient replacement windows that will make your home look great while saving you money. We're family-owned and operated, and we take pride in our work. 5305 Highway 145 South in Meridian.
For all your garage doors and replacement windows, call Patrick Allen Companies. Safety, service, satisfaction.
J&J Tire and Muffler, located at 3420 8th Street, invites you by. And if you need a front-end alignment, make sure to try their new state-of-the-art alignment machine. No matter the size of your truck and car, J&J can align it. J&J also has touch-free mounting, laser wheel balancing, and as always, they provide preventive maintenance, including CV axles, shocks, struts, brakes, with the largest selection of new and used tires, along with exhaust systems. Locally owned and operated since 1978 in Meridian. Welcome back, your friend Scotty Ray, along with Odie, as we get this down underway. Don't forget that we've got so much going on today. We'll be out at Parish Tractor in a little while. The big grand opening is going to be happening there. Ribbon cutting at 12 noon.
Go Orange.
Yes, sir.
Go Orange.
It's a lot.
Kubota. That's it.
Great product. I think you'll like it. Then you can find out. They'll have representatives there to tell you more about it as well. I hope you can take a look at that. As where is it? I was going to show the. There you go. Here's a few of the things that are going on there. Look at that. Looks great. So come on out. We'll tell you about it today. Did y'all realize that we had somebody in the state of Mississippi that had been on the lam for 13 years? Have you heard about that?
I believe it.
Yeah, it did happen there. As caught in St. Louis, Missouri is where it happened there. Carroll County, Mississippi is where it happened 13 years ago.
For the Carroll County accident.
Man. Nobody else in the world would have known that except Greg.
What they find in the glove compartment?
I think it was a ring. If I were guessing, me and you the only one. That know
these two are looking up. Huh?
Yes, we looked at her. She didn't know either.
I didn't.
But he was he was convicted and he ran, and they caught him 13 years later in right there in Missouri. So in jail he will go there. They brought him back.
Oh well.
Kevin Buck, period.
Yeah, they want to know if Julia kept her shoes on today.
She did. She did.
But look at the smart folks we have. They're already chiming in.
In a matchbox.
In a matchbox. And let me ask you this, Greg. Did he tell anybody at the end of the song?
No.
Didn't he tell the sheriff?
No. And wasn't it his daddy?
It was his daddy, and
he
threw the ring into a well, didn't he?
That's right. Nobody will ever know.
Some things are just best kept with the family, I guess.
Yeah, we did have that wreck that we were talking about earlier, and just send some prayers real quick.
And right now the road is blocked. They've got two wreckers on the scene that they are hooking to it, and it'll be temporarily blocked there as they get that cleaned up there. Who was our winner? Let's go back and check our scores. Did we get an official score?
Well, Greg got Julia by 3 this time.
You are moving up, Julia.
She's getting closer.
But in the spirit of the way our nation works, we'll just split it and everybody will get a trophy. I mean, that's only fair. I mean,
so you give her 2 of your points. And
I don't want your pity points.
That's right.
I don't want them.
I mean, because somebody asked about her shoes, and she's got her shoes, but they look
wore
tight.
my shoes.
They look tight, so she's probably got an ill disposition, and that could be why she didn't score as many points. So.
Great.
What we got to do is we got to get them a trophy each week. We need to have a trophy of who gets it each week.
Oh, we need some little seals of approval.
Yes, we do. We'll do that. And there has to be people in this world that have more money than they know what to do with.
I'd like to be one of them.
Well, if you turn down
You'd like to navigate that, huh?
Money can't buy happiness. Give me a week to try.
If I'm not happy,
I'll give it all back.
There's a place that is starting a company that has an airplane, and you will be able to fly your pet for $8,000 a ticket. Now, of course, they'll be taken care of while they're on the flight, but it's only for pets only. Who is going to support that?
It's
Where are
worth
they
every
going?
penny if my dog needed to go somewhere.
Why wouldn't he be with you?
$8,000.
Why wouldn't he be with you?
Oh, you don't know the closeness that
Yeah,
goes
I
on
mean,
here
if
with
he
him and
wanted
Bo
to
Peep.
go somewhere,
I'm pretty close to my dog. But why would they fly separately?
I don't understand all that, but
Okay.
you can fly your dog there. $8,000 a seat is what they're getting on that. If you really want to do that for your child there.
Ooh.
What's that?
No, I'm just talking. I mean, you can't get on the airplane with you, and your dog's going to be up there with nobody they know
I know that's what.
flying around.
It didn't make
Well, if you
sense.
got $8,000 to send your dog on a plane, you got enough money to hire some friends to go with him. I mean, he can carry Toto and Fifi
There you
and
go.
Fluffy.
And let me ask this. Have you ever seen anybody that went on a diet, and it's great that somebody goes on a diet, but they really don't need to go on a diet because they don't look, some people are just meant to be heavier. They're
That's me. Yep.
Same, Greg.
Fluffy,
Same.
whatever. That's me.
you honestly wouldn't look right.
That's
any other
right.
way. You're Greg.
I'm full figured.
You're just big boned. Is that what you're saying?
That's right. I got a gland problem.
Husky.
But if we go back to, he was in Evan Almighty, if I remember right. He played the senator in it. He also would play on Roseanne. And I'm referring to John Goodman. Y'all remember
Yes.
him? He's lost 200 pounds.
Why?
That's a good question. Let me show
Wait,
you a
Fred
picture.
Flintstone. You can't pay.
Look at
Oh
Fred
my
Flintstone.
gosh.
Wow.
He does not look the same.
200.
200 pounds.
I'd have never guessed who it was. I'm looking at it going, who is that?
Yeah, I would have never. But
200 pounds.
just flop gone. But they're seriously.
You eat you a big lunch today, Greg. You don't want to end up like that.
Yeah, no joke. Anything's can happen. Only time I ever heard of somebody losing 200 pounds, I got a divorce.
That will do it. We'll be right back. Summertime has arrived, and Freeman Tractor on Highway 494 has the exact lawnmower for your need. If you've got a big yard with acres and acres to mow, they have a mower for that. No matter the size yard you have, Freeman Tractor has the lawnmower that fits you and your budget. From 48-inch all the way up to 60, or the X-Mark lawnmower. Plenty of these to choose from. Also, they carry a complete line of LS tractors. Come by for a test drive today. Financing available. Drop in today to Freeman Tractor, Highway 494, see coleslaw or buttermilk. As the seasons change, so do your clothes, and Garrett Sports Center on 8th Street has exactly what you need. Haybo shirts, long and short sleeve, also Hulk shirts, and America's favorite brand, Carhartt, whether you need work pants or slacks for church. And nothing lasts like a pair of Carhartt overalls. Maybe it's a set of boots that you need. From box to lacrosse, they have the boot for you. And as hunting season rolls in, they have all the camouflage you need and toboggans to boot. Garrett Sports Center, 3505 8th Street, Meridian. Have you been wanting your own building, your own shed? Speak to our friends at Best Sadia Building, 601-728-1954. Now, they can custom build you a home from a barn dominium. Maybe it's a shed that you're needing or a simple place to park your car, a garage, a camp house. Maybe you need a place to park your tractor, your motorcycle, or even that lawnmower. They can custom design whatever it is you need. Quality work, trustworthy, Best Sadia Buildings. Speak with Drew, 601-728-1954. Welcome back. I'm your friend Scotty Ray. When's the last time you purchased a firearm? You go in, you have to fill out this paperwork.
That's none of your business.
It's not even between me and my
That's
doctor.
right. I know nothing.
Mine got stolen.
That little paperwork that you fill out, tell the truth. As we have a man in Mississippi who is discovering that today, they do ask you, do you have any felony warrants against you? Oh, of course not. Well, they do check that. He has been charged and arrested for lying on a federal form.
Do you know Biden made a big deal yesterday about he is going to make it to where you have to have a background check before you buy a gun? Does he not realize we've been doing that for years?
Why don't we do that before you vote?
Good thought.
Oh, duh. You got to show an
Education
ID for everything. Never
Or
mind.
run for office.
Oh, yeah, or run for office.
yeah.
That's a good point there. We're going to run you for something there, Greg.
Yeah. Run from or for?
Speaking of, yet again, and there's a lot of people saying that this is almost like vote buying, to where they're saying that another round of student loan forgiveness is coming. Over and over, that is. So
All of y'all that
Tis the
grew
season.
up with no
He's in neutral again.
Educate, yeah. Didn't know any kind of education debt. You got some now.
Boy.
That's crazy.
And as we look at what happened with the bad weather, and again, we teased this at the beginning of the show, Scott County, they're saying that was not a tornado, that it was straight line winds that came through there. Now, there was possibly a tornado over in Warren County, didn't do the damage quite like it done here. It messed up the interstate there, some trees on it, but straight line winds, they're dangerous. Y'all don't forget that.
You know, and at the end of the day, it don't matter what they call it. When all your stuff is tore up and your life is turned upside down, you can call it a tornado, straight line winds, whatever you want to.
That's
a spring shower. But them people's in bad shape.
Be thinking about them. And again, we've got the fund set up there in Decatur if you're wanting to help out a family that lost their home. It's gone. That's a fact. That's what went on with that. We do hope that you can help out as you can. We've got their shoe sizes, clothes sizes, and the bank where you can make a monetary donation there for them over in Decatur. We do hope you'll help out with that. Great Southern National Bank is where you can do that at.
Bill said, if I have to pay for others' college, do I get a diploma too? Yeah, you get an education in who not to vote for.
Man alive. That's what happened. All right, that's coming to the end of the show. We want to say thank you to everybody that came in this morning and joined it. We appreciate y'all so much for being a part of what happened here. Julia, how do you feel about what place did you play? Oh, never mind.
It was the tie.
It was a tie.
I don't want your pity. I don't want it. I'm not coming back.
Until next Friday.
We'll see you Friday.
Again,
y'all treat me bad.
Recap us again about tonight. What time to get there?
6 o'clock. Bring your lawn chair. Just hang out. It's block party style. It's real relaxed, and we just want everybody to come and enjoy downtown Meridian. It's a lot of fun.
All right. Thank y'all for coming in.
Hey, it's been a blast as usual.
All right, Odie,
we love it. Yeah, we got Ed Gerard's having a birthday Sunday, 85 years young. Wayne and Maggie Roberts celebrating 29 years together. Timmy McMurray's having a birthday along with Ridge Cooley having a birthday. So let's see who wins the Hyundai Meridian Cup. Ridge Cooley.
Congratulations.
Having a birthday and celebrating it with a Scotty Ray Report Hyundai of Meridian coffee cup. That's pretty cool.
Don't forget the ribbon cutting beginning at 11 o'clock today. It starts there. The actual ribbon cut at 12. Paris Tractors will be.
Yeah.
Are you going to take us out with a
Yeah, we'll do that. We're going to go to Matthew chapter 5, verse 16 today. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven. Remember the old song, let your light shine. Show others in your life what the Lord Jesus Christ can do for them. We'll see you in about 70-something hours because we went a little long today. But we'll be out and about this weekend. Come look for us. Be with us. But remember, we love you and have a great day.
The Scotty Ray Report is brought to you by our following partners.